I'm Sarah Gore, and this is Open House. We are showing you some great homes this week, including a look at this textile entrepreneur's chic Brooklyn loft, and island living in Westchester, New York at this Mediterranean-style mansion. We also tour this designer's own apartment overlooking the East River. Plus, we are inside this modern yet inviting apartment in Little Italy that you're definitely not going to want to miss. But before all that, how this DIY specialist and social media star remade her LA home.
With a few tools, you really can accomplish anything and make some really cool custom pieces for your home.
Welcome to Open House. East Coast, West Coast, uptown, downtown, suburbs to the city. We are showing you some truly amazing homes this week. And we are starting in the mid-city section of Los Angeles with DIY specialist McKenna Lee. Week after week, McKenna's YouTube channel shows off her tips and tricks to personalize any space. And you can see the fruits of that inspiration in her own home. Take a look.
Hi, I'm McKenna Lee, and I'm an interior designer and content creator based in Los Angeles, California. So throughout the entire home, you're gonna see a combination of things that I've created myself, that I've DIY'd, from woodworking to smaller pieces of wall art, paired with things that I've thrift flipped, found at flea markets, and some new items throughout the space just to tie it all together to really evoke my style, but create a beautiful home. So it's a very quaint space, but there's lots of detail and lots to see, so let's start the tour. Right when you walk into the home, you're presented with the entryway, which might be one of my most favorite little nooks in the house, specifically this bookcase that's filled with all of my favorite thrifted items or vintage secondhand items that I found. Recently, I've been getting a lot more into woodworking, and I DIY'd and made this bench specifically for this space. Everything from cutting the wood to staining and sourcing the legs, so don't be afraid to roll up your sleeves and make something custom for a space like this if you're looking for something specific. So in the living room, it was important to tie in lots of the wood elements that were in the entryway. I made the coffee table topper out of slats of wood in a really unique pattern design. And then I really wanted some drama in this space, so I decided to make some oversized abstract art for each side of the faux fireplace. I did opt for black trimmed windows. It kind of further separates the entryway to the living area, and we also hung linen drapes in a very slubby linen that kind of elevate your eye up with the darkness of the black windows and the lightness of the couch below. The alleyway kitchen was already renovated when we moved in, so for me it was really about updating some of the details. For instance, one of the first things that I did in this space was put this faux subway tile backsplash to really just add visual texture to the space, and then it leads us right into our breakfast nook. This wall is such a focal point in this space, and it's so incredibly special because I have been collecting these vintage frames from thrift stores for almost a year now. And my mom painted every single piece of landscape art. It's something we'll have in our family for years to come. To tie the space together, we had a custom table made, and I picked the stain color and the size just to make it all flow together. This is English chestnut. And the last thing is a DIY pantry I'd made from an old bookcase. My bedroom is all about relaxation. It's got lots of warm tones throughout the entire space, and this really speaks to more of my warm industrial side of the design that I really love. These pendant lights I made from old Kodak carousels, which were used to be used for slideshow projectors, and with some warm wood, a really industrial style wall bracket, they transformed into beautiful pendant lights for each side of my bed. And behind the pendant light, tracing from floor to ceiling, is this grass-inspired wallpaper in a gray tone, which really adds an accent wall to the space and creates kind of a DIY headboard to the bed. And also DIY'd my own vanity for this space. So it just goes to show you, with a few tools, you really can accomplish anything and make some really cool custom pieces for your home. Well, that wraps up the tour of my home, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys at the next project.
Coming up after the break, we are back in New York City at this designer's own Little Italy apartment. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Now we're in New York City's Little Italy neighborhood at the home of interior designer Gabriella Gargano, founder of Grisoro Interiors. Bright, open, and airy, it's a stylish retreat in this vibrant downtown neighborhood.
Hi, my name is Gabriella Gargano, and I'm the owner of Grisoro Designs. This is my home in Little Italy, and I'm excited to show you around. This home is a triplex featuring 3 bedrooms and tons of outdoor space, which highlights one of my favorite aspects of the home, which is the beautiful views of Lower Manhattan. As soon as you step off of the elevator, I wanted to create a sense of warmth and coziness. You'll see the living room connects to the dining room and kitchen, which really has a beautiful open floor plan, but at the same time still has a separation of space. One of the ways that I connected the open floor plan was through a series of built-ins. It starts with a fireplace, pantry, wine fridge, and finally bookshelves. One of the main things we like to do at Grisoro Designs is pair vintage pieces with contemporary ones. The vintage chairs have a beautiful curved line and a really textured fabric. To balance that out, we used a really simple, clean line sofa that has a natural linen and gives a sense of casualness and comfort. One of my other favorite pieces in our living room is our vintage Ushak rug. They're made of 100% wool, very durable, and come in a beautiful range of colors and patterns. When we designed the dining room, I wanted to make sure that it felt connected to the living space, but still had its own personality. I love these vintage Danish lights because they have both an industrial and a playful quality to them. We surrounded the dining table with these unusual vintage chairs. They have a curved back and are incredibly comfortable, but still provide a strong design element. The gallery wall really creates an envelope around the dining space, which is warm, inviting, and creates a lot of visual interest and talking points during dinner time. It was important for me that the nursery didn't feel like just a kid's space. I wanted it to have just as amazing pieces as the rest of the home does. The nursery has a mix of vintage and contemporary pieces. The vintage chair and ottoman are 2 items that we purchased many years ago and actually reupholstered them in the same fabric so that they appear as one cohesive piece. Similar to the furnishings, I wanted the art to feel just as spectacular as the rest of the home. These are pieces that I've started collecting for my daughter, and I'm really excited to see what she chooses to add over the years. Now let's take a look at the primary bedroom. I wanted this space to be both restful, but also really warm and cozy. In this room, there are a few things that I think are really important for me. One of the first that you'll see is this vintage chair. It has a super unusual shape, beautiful rich wood tones, and we upholstered it in a deeper brown wool fabric. Some of my others are the artwork above our bed, which is dynamic and really adds a sense of place. We decided to skip the door in our closet because it provided a more open feel and allowed the 2 spaces to feel connected. And also, by having a larger closet, the room maintains a clean, tidy, and minimalist feel. A well-designed home should feel beautiful, chic, but also deeply authentic. That's what I hope for all of the client spaces we design and what I want for my own home. Thank you so much for following along, and I hope you enjoyed my home tour.
Stick around. Just after the break, we are checking out this stylish home on the east side with views you are not going to want to miss. Welcome back. Now we visit this apartment in New York's Turtle Bay neighborhood with owner and designer Scott Sanders. Scott wanted his home to have a relaxed yet curated vibe throughout that reflects him and his husband at every turn. See how.
Hi, I'm Scott Sanders. I'm an interior designer with offices in New York and Palm Beach, Welcome to my apartment high above the East River in Manhattan. This building was built in 2016 and is truly a unique shape. It has 2 towers that lean but connect at a sky bridge on the 29th floor. But it's the incredible views that sold us on the apartment. Through the windows, we can see Long Island City and even flights taking off and landing at LaGuardia. In the main living space, there is a living room, dining room, kitchen, and I wanted to create an open loft-like feeling. But at the same time, I wanted each space to have its own identity. The living space has these incredible floor-to-ceiling windows. So I knew that I needed to ground this space with something special, and I found this gorgeous glass and metal coffee table from Lauren Marsh that really sets the tone for the space. I paired the coffee table with the low, long sofa, which I put in front of the window to not block the view. There was really only one empty wall in the living room that didn't have windows, so that became the space for my special vignette. The vignette includes a 60s buffet by Edward Wormley with inlay bronze panels. I added Maison Charles vintage lamps. I love mixing periods, styles, it's one I'm known for, so this vignette really stands for that. I didn't want to create a formal dining vibe, so I used a smaller table and 3 chairs. The dining room table is marble with a dark bronze top. The dark bronze really acts as an accent throughout the apartment, and the dark colors are a great contrast to all this incredible sunlight coming through. The kitchen is small and very functional and serves as a great complement to the rest of the space. For my home office, I used a lot of shades of blue, which is my favorite color, but I mixed in pops of black to connect to the rest of the apartment. I wanted the space to be inspirational for me, so I started with my favorite vintage designer, Edward Wormley, and found this incredible desk. From there, I filled the room with all special pieces that mean a lot to me. On my desk, I have an elephant that my grandmother bought in the 60s in Hong Kong, and family photos that always make me feel happy. Surrounded by all these special pieces really inspires me every time I walk through the door. I continued the color palette from the rest of the apartment into the bedroom. There is a gorgeous blue silk rug on the floor, black lacquered nightstands, and for the headboard, I used this really special screen by Erwin Hauer, made of pressed MDF, laser cut. I wanted to include my favorite designer, Edward Wormley, so I found this really rare lounge chair, and I covered it in turquoise leather. Art really personalizes a space, and no room is finished without it. A view like this can really overpower a space, but by picking the right color palette and curating the perfect furniture and art, you can complement it. And that's what I think I've done here. Thank you for joining me.
Coming up after the break, we have private island living just north of New York City. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. Ever fantasize about escaping to your own private island? Well, our next home is just that. And it's less than an hour from Midtown Manhattan. Oak Island, as it's called, is over half an acre of island living that sits off the coast of New Rochelle. And it's filled with original details and stunning views in every direction. Take a look.
Hi, I'm Mimi Magarelli, and welcome to 20 Premium Point, better known as Oak Island. This home is situated on half an acre in the middle of Premium Mill Pond. This house has over 7,000 square feet, 6 bedrooms and 6.5 baths. It features stucco exterior and a terracotta tile roof. It also features many exterior terraces and its very own stone bridge. So let me show you the inside. The arched entryway leads you to the main living spaces, which consists of 3 rooms, the formal living room, a beautiful sunroom, and the dining room. The sunroom is defined by its Palladian windows, which take advantage of the spectacular views. It has marble floors, a wet bar, and room for a baby grand piano to give beautiful accompaniment to any sunrise or sunset. Original detail also abounds in the living room. It has a picture window with banquette seating. It's a great place to take in the wildlife that inhabits Premium Point. And there's also access to a covered terrace. But the true focal point of this room is the hand-carved 15th century fireplace surround. Though generous in size, the living room is intimate, making it hard to leave. But there's so much more to see. Feast your eyes on the detail in this room. After all, it is a dining room. Just look up at this barrel ceiling with hand-carved plaster molding. And the Zuber wallpaper that transports you to a different place in time. And this door to the terrace allows you to have open-air dining. Let me show you where all this food is prepared. This Christopher Peacock custom kitchen is a chef's delight. Incorporating the view makes even washing dishes a dream. Beautiful wood cabinets, granite countertops, high-end appliances, and double islands complete the kitchen. And the adjoining family room has Palladian windows that echo the style of the original windows in the sunroom, and with the same incredible views. A beautiful circular staircase takes you to the second floor and this primary 3-room suite, consisting of a beautiful home office, a bedroom, and a spectacular bath. Ensconced in fabric, the bedroom is pin-drop quiet. With this oversized picture window, you can just wake up and enjoy the view. And you can open up the doors to the terrace and take in the saltwater breeze. And on the cooler nights, you can sit cozy by the wood-burning fireplace. And the adjoining study has custom wood millwork and a decorative plaster ceiling. And the principal bath is fabulous. A stone herringbone floor, dual vanities, and a soaking tub with the best views in town, making this principal suite an island spa getaway. There's nothing like the peace and tranquility of living on your own island. And this pristine luxury home makes this a unique opportunity. Thanks for coming.
Coming up in just a few minutes, we are in Williamsburg, Brooklyn with this textile entrepreneur. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We are going to round out this show in Williamsburg, Brooklyn with textile designer Ella Hall. See how Ella didn't let the small scale of her apartment stop her from making a big design statement.
Hi, I'm Ella Hall, the founder of Stitch Room. Welcome to my Brooklyn loft. So this is a converted factory building. I'm really looking forward to showing you how I've transformed this rental into the space that my family and I call home. When you walk in through the front door, you walk into the open living room and kitchen area. Immediately, you'll notice the original elements that were maintained from the original structure of the building. Exposed brick, exposed beams. We really wanted to maintain this industrial feel, but also bring in some softer elements. So I am the founder of Stitch Room, which is an online upholstery startup. Everything that you'll see in the apartment, I created myself. For example, the focal point of the living room, which is this banquette built in. Underneath the cushioned area, there's storage all along the base, and it also provides an ample amount of seating for guests. Although we are in this city, I wanted to bring some natural elements, as you can see the plants, but also within the color of the leather for the ottoman. I added extra padding to the ottoman to create a more functional, baby-friendly, yet still stylish piece for the space. Within the space, there was little separation between the living room and the kitchen, so I custom built an island using plywood and a fresh coat of black paint. Because it fits the space so perfectly, it looks like it came with the rental. Something I love about the kitchen is that the shelving was actually created using reclaimed wood from the original structure of the building. Again, it's a detail that really makes this space unique. You're probably wondering why I have a disco ball. I brought it with me to every space that I've lived in New York City. It also adds a touch of glam and pizzazz. Open spaces are great, but they come with challenges. You'll notice that there's no actual wall or structure between the living area and the master bedroom. In order to create separation, I installed a curtain track with drapery. This is a multi-purpose room. It's where my husband and I sleep, and eventually our baby. I used 2 different rugs to separate the nursery nook from our space. I further defined our area by creating this awesome headboard. I kept the comforter white to keep it nice and soft, but then added throw pillows to really bring in some flair. So the nursery nook was really fun and exciting to create. Each piece was very thoughtful because I knew that this would be a special place in the house. The rocking chair is another piece that I found. I reupholstered it in a super soft boucle fabric. And then I went with mohair for the footstool. And I found this really cute mini crib to fit in our mini nursery. Thank you so much for visiting me in Williamsburg. I've put so much love and care into each piece that I've designed for my home, and I hope that I've inspired you to do the same within your home.
Thanks for watching. Like what you see on the show? Well, be sure to subscribe to our channel. We have so many more beautiful homes to share. It's all about love. Share these homes, you know?